Hi, I'm Mark McPherson, and welcome to another one of my blogs in my series, 52 Blogs in 52 Weeks, with each blog being about one of my 52 types of people who are poorly behaved and at times downright difficult. As is obvious, I'm bringing you this blog by video, which I do from time to time. This week I'm talking about number 31 in my series, the Commitment Breaker. Now, before we go any further, let's just make it clear. All of us, from time to time, break commitments. Perhaps we said at home we'd put out the garbage and we failed to do it. Perhaps we had a good reason, at least in our mind, but on the other hand, perhaps we just simply forgot. So we all do it from time to time. But the commitment breaker I'm talking about makes breaking commitments really into an art form. It's what they do as a habit. It's their thing, or at least one of their things. And sometimes commitments too are things that we impose upon ourselves. For example, let's say that I decide I'm going to pick you up at 6 p.m. to take you to the movies. Well, that's a commitment I've made, there's no doubt about that, but I've initiated it myself, but it is still a commitment. On the other hand, we have commitments that are somewhat imposed upon us. For example, let's say that we tell our teenage son or daughter that they have to tidy up their room by 6 p.m. So they make a commitment to do that. We ask them to make a commitment. We ask them, do they understand what we want done? They say yes. They have then made a commitment. The same goes with someone at work who says, I'm going to have the report on your desk by 9 a.m. They make a commitment to have it on your desk at 9 a.m. We expect people to do what they say they're going to do. And let's take another one. Let's take it's a staff meeting. And let's say the staff meeting starts at 2 p.m. Perhaps it's a one-off staff meeting. Perhaps it's 2 p.m. every week on the same day. Who knows? But you turn around to your staff and say, staff meeting today, can everyone make sure that they're there on time, please? Everyone says yes, yes, yes. They are making a commitment to be there at 2 p.m. on time. Now, what happens when your teenage son or daughter fails to do what they've done, what they said they were going to do? They haven't done it. They've broken a commitment. What happens when people just roll in, not at 2 o'clock, but 5 past 2, 10 past 2, quarter past 2? They've failed to live up to the commitment that they have made. And what happens when it's 11 a.m. and that report still isn't on your desk? They've failed to live up to a commitment. So, what do we do about these people? Well, the very first thing I reckon is this. We need to get our standards really, really clear. And anyone who knows me knows that I talk a lot about standards because I really don't think we have them clear at all. We think we do, but they're often not clear. So I have 2 standards, for example, that are applicable in these situations. The first one is that I expect people to actually do what they said they were going to do. The second standard I have here, which I think is applicable, is if people can't do what they're going to do, they should let me know. If you can't get the report done by 9 a.m, let me know. It may not let you off the hook, it still might be a bit of a problem, but at least we know what's going on. So there are 2 standards there to start off with. The second thing I think we really need to do in these situations is make sure that the commitment is very, very clear. If you let people off the hook by coming in at 5 past 2, 10 past 2, 1 week after another, then when they make a commitment, well, it's not so clear to them that they really have to do it. And if you've left your teenage son off the hook many times before, well, I think they have a case when they say, oh, hang on, you didn't worry about it last week. So number 1, let's get our standards right. Number 2, let's make sure we understand what these commitments are. You are committing, for example, to be there at 2 p.m, fine. I'm committed to picking you up at 6 p.m. Let's make it really clear. It's not quarter past 6, it's 6 p.m. The third thing we need to do is be really, really clear about if there are any penalties or repercussions when people fail to live up to the commitment, when they break it. Now, I know some people don't like the word penalties or whatever you want to call it, or punishments, it's worse, but somewhere along the line, like it or not, we're human beings, and if people are allowed to just do whatever they like without any sort of repercussions, then I think we're living in a bit of a fool's paradise. So number one is let's get our standards straight. Really, really clear about what we expect from people and will not tolerate. And just where are those standards? Let's get that straight. The second thing is, let's be clear what the commitment is. 2 o'clock is the staff meeting time. It starts at 2 p.m, then it starts at 2 p.m. And the third thing is, are there any repercussions? Anyway, let's leave it there. If you want to chat to me about any of this stuff, please go ahead. I'm happy to talk to you at www.markmcpherson.com.au. Go to my website, go to contacts, and simply just book in a time to have a chat. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a good time. All the very best, and make the most of your day. See you later.